Good afternoon, all. I think I said good morning earlier. Sorry, good afternoon, all. Uh, Today we are going to see last point from this project management and information technology context. Right, this is in your first unit. Right, so this is your last point of first unit. That is project management process group. As we know about project management is this is an integrated approach. We need to take decisions and actions according to knowledge area which are there for project management, right? It will also affect so many other knowledge areas also. So we need to manage all those and complete a task just by compromising with your scope, time, and cost, right? So, what is process group is? See, project management is something called a procedure, right? So, it is called, you can say, there are number of processes involved in project management, right? So, what is process is what? A series of action, right? So, you can say a step uh, to complete something, right? Steps to complete something. So process is series of action directed towards a particular result. So in this project management process group, there are certain groups involved to complete the task. So process is something called a series of action, whereas this project management process groups has total five groups involved, right? And those groups are I actually have a notepad over there on your screen. Just check those process groups, and process groups are uh, initiating processes, then planning processes, then executing processes, then monitoring and controlling processes, and closing processes. So those all are process groups under this project management, right? So what all things are there in those groups that we are going to see. So start with initiating processes. So what is initiating processes is this is just what we say defining and authorizing a project, right? This is what defining and authorizing a project. So in initiating process, what actually the stage contains is whatever uh, things are there related to project, right? uh, which are totally conceptualized in this initiating process, right? Even though business idea is checked with your strategies or your business plan in this initiating process, whether you want to go with this project or whether this is really your business need is all checking and initiating processes group, right? So what all tasks are there is you need to complete your team, or you need to form your project team. You need to have your documents what are all are there, then you need to assign resources to your project, and all those things related to project should be accepted by your customer. So all those things are there in initiating process, right? The next process is planning process. Now what is there in planning processes? You need to just divide and maintain your plan, right? You need to divide and maintain your plan and create a work breakdown structure for your project, right? So you need to have a workable scheme for your project which actually addresses project and organizational needs, right? So there are so many plans included in this planning process, and those plans are like scope management plan, then schedule management plan, then cost management plan, and procurement management plan. All those are there in this planning process. So you need to have a all plan, or all plans are there in planning process. So those are related to those plans really are related to all knowledge area which we discussed earlier, right? So we need to check with our project life cycle whether those plans are there or required or on correct form or not, right? So we need to check and re-examine those plans where if you found some problem into those plan, while examining you need to revise those plan, right? So this is under planning process in project management process group. The next is executing and monitoring, executing processes. Next thing is executing processes. In that, you need to have proper coordination in your inside your team to execute the task, right? So you need to have resources allocation thing in execution processes. Why we need to have proper coordination and resource allocation? Because we need to what we need to activate our various plan in this execution process, right? So we need to check quality, we need to check communication in between team, we need to check what actual deliverables we are going to give to our customer in execution process, right? So also we need to manage our stakeholders expectation, we need to conduct a procurement in this execution process also, right? So this is all included in execution process of project management. Then in monitoring and control, you need to measure and monitor all progress related to your project, right? So whether what is goal set by your organization, whether your team, whether your project team really follows your plan or not, whether your project team meets the project objective or not, is going to check in this process. uh, Ultimately who's going to monitor all those things is project manager with his staff, right? So he's going to measure against plan that you are performed related to your project, right? So with your plan, whether you're going on, whether your actions are correct or not, is checked by project manager in monitoring and control, right? And after that, all those monitoring control, project manager need to create a report and need to present it to their top management as well as to project stakeholders, right? Even we can check changes related to your project and execution process, right? So change management is there also in execution, no, sorry, monitoring and control process, right? And then closing process. This closing process of project management group is rather project management process group is uh, what actually in this process is a formal acceptance from your customer or from your sponsor need to be there in this closing process, right? All administrative activities is also there in closing process. Simply this closing process is all about reports and closing activities. You need to prepare reports, sorry, you need to prepare reports for your project as well as you need to have a acceptance and closing for your project. uh, if you receive a formal acceptance, then and then only you may say that your project is closed, right? Or your task is complete in that case, right? So this is all about project management processes group, right? So in this process groups, no, who takes more time than all other is execution, right? Execution takes so much time to complete, right? So in that case, those processes are lengthy. Execution processes are lengthy because so many things are involved in execution, right? So even though those all are interdependent in between, right? Just like monitoring and controlling, you need to monitor and control throughout project life cycle. So all these are what we say included inside other processes also, right? So execution need to be have a great time, right? Like in project completion. So requires huge time and project completion, right? So this is all about project management process group. So there are total five process group, starting with initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and control, and closing. So this is all about project management process group. Now next thing, next and last thing from this unit number one is mapping the process group to knowledge area. Spelling mistake is there. Yes, knowledge. Just, I'm going to show you the image. Just check it. Image is there on your screen. Okay, image is there on your screen. Actually, we are mapping our process groups with knowledge areas. What all things are there with concern with those knowledge areas in those five process groups, right? So this is a tabular format. So there are total 10 knowledge areas involved and total 5 groups are there. So what all tasks are there related to those knowledge areas are written over there in that table. So started with first is first knowledge areas project management, project integration management. So in that case, initiating process group has or first process group we need to create a project charter. Now, what a charter is? It's simply a document, right? That is something called uh, the document which is well known by your stakeholders as well as your customer. Rather, all stakeholders are involved while creating that document, so they know what is there in your project. So, project charter is simply a document, right? So, this is initiating process and project integration management. What is there in planning process group is developing management plan is there in planning process. And what is actually execution process group is directing and managing project work. Then what is there in monitoring control is you need to check, you need to manage and control project work and perform integrated change control. And what is there in closing is close project or phase that you have. Right? So this is all there in all process group related to integration management. So then we check next one is project scope management. What is there in project scope management is that project scope management is involved in only two groups, right? Planning group and monitoring and control group. What is there in planning group is we need to plan a scope management, right? Then we need to collect requirements and then we need to define scope as well as we need to create work breakdown structure for the project. And in monitoring and controlling process, we need to validate and control those scopes that we plan for our project. So this is all about knowledge area, project scope management knowledge area, and related tasks which are there in process group. So what is there in project time management is again it is time management. So it is all related to planning and monitoring. So tasks related to project time management are included in only two process groups, right? And that is planning group and monitoring and control. What is there in planning is plan schedule management, define activities and sequence activities, estimate activities resources, then estimate activity duration, then develop schedule, and then monitoring and control. Just monitor and control, rather control schedule whatever you prepared for your project, right? So that is there in process group. What is there in project cost management is again planner, cost management, estimate cost and determine budget and control cost, right? Then project quality management. Uh, the next area is project quality management, which is there on your screen. I'll give you 2 3 minutes. Just go and read those things right on your screen. Whatever there in knowledge area related to those process groups are there in your image on your screen. Just go and check that image. I'll give you 2 3 more minutes. Okay. Complete. Okay. So this is, if you are done with this message. Okay. So this is all about mapping of knowledge areas onto process groups. So here in your unit one, right? That is introduction to project management. So now your unit second is project integration and scope management, which is of five lectures, right? So in that we have to do two things: project integration management and project scope management are combined together. So uh, started with first thing is project integration management. So in project, what is actually project integration management is, uh, that is all things are rather in project integration management, we need to coordinate all other project management knowledge area throughout the project life cycle. So it is simply called combination of all other knowledge areas while while going through your projects, right? So what is there, we need to check that whether all things are there at right time when your stage comes, right? So the integration ensures that element of a project comes together at right time to complete a project successfully. So this is what a project integration management is, right? So this is all about coordinating all the things with considering with your knowledge area, right? With throughout a project life cycle, right? So this is all about project integration management. There are total six processes involved in this project integration management, and those six processes are there on your screen, right? Which is there on your note screen, written on notepad. And those things are, first is developing the project charter, then developing a project management plan, then directing and managing project work, then monitoring and controlling project work, then performing integration change control, and closing the project. So those are six main processes involved in project integration management. So started with first thing is,
Hello.
huh? Hello. Yeah, anyone wants to say something? Okay. So first thing is developing a project charter. Now we already discussed that project charter is a document, right? So to create this project charter, we need to work with all stakeholders, right? So this is what a formal, what we say, a formal document for your project, right? So project charter is a formal document or formal authorized document of your project, which is again authorized by all your stakeholders. So this is simply a document. So we need to create that document in first phase. Then next is developing. So obviously what we need to initiate in this process is we try to develop a project charter, and obviously output for this is your project charter document, right? We need to give it to all your stakeholders. So next is developing project management plan. So what is there is, we need to create a project management plan, and we need to coordinate all our planning efforts of project, right? So in project management plan, whatever things you are going to complete in your project is there in project management plan. So we need to schedule the things for your project. What is there in third thing, that is directing and managing project work is, you need to check all activities related to your project. What all are included in your project, you need to check all those and you need to direct, right? So obviously, what all outputs are there, we need to check what all deliverables you are going to give it to your customers. What is work performance data, then what is there in change request, what is updates related to your project plans, what is there in project documents, all are included in directing and managing a project work. Then next thing is monitoring and controlling project work. So what is there is activities related to change request. Then again activities related to change of project management plan. Then activities related of updating your project management document or project document. All are there in monitoring and control project work. Then what is there in next performing integrated change control is we need to check whatever changes are there and we need to control. For that there is a special board, that is change control board is there. But what we need to perform in this integrated change control is we need to identify, we need to evaluate the changes, right? Whether those changes are acceptable by management or not, and we need to really we need to add those changes into project life cycle or not, whether there's a those changes are involved in your triple constraints or not, that is scope, time and cost. All we are going to check in this integrated change control. Also, what is the output for this integrated change control is approved change request, then change log, then project management plan update, then project management document update, right? So all are there in performing integrated change control. And last thing is closing the project. So what is there is in closing the project is you need to take a formal acceptance from your customer. So whatever is there at this stage is your final product or your final service or result of your project is there in this stage, right? So we need to give all project related assets, we need to update all documents related to project inside this phase, right? So this is important. So all those are processes are involved in project integration management. Now there are certain key things uh, which are important for project success and project integration management, right? So what those key things are there, we need to take rather someone need to take a responsibility, someone need to coordinate all those things, like someone need to coordinate people, someone need to coordinate all plans, whatever work should be there related to project need to complete in timely manner. So that also need to check by someone for successful completion. Someone need to focus on all big areas of your project and run the project team toward a successful completion. Also someone need to take all final decision related to conflict inside your project, right? Also someone need to communicate all those things related to project to top management. So who's going to complete all those tasks is ultimately a project manager. So whatever we discussed in those 2 3 minutes are task of project manager, right? So project manager need to check all those things, right? He need to take a responsibility and coordinate all like people plan, then resources, then he need to complete a project on timely basis, he need to focus on project work, you need to focus on project plan, you need to focus on project team, you need to handle conflict, you need to take all decisions and also need to communicate all those things to top management. So those all are tasks done by project manager. So this is there in project integration management, right? So uh, to have a good project integration management, what is important is your stakeholders should be satisfied with all this work, right? So how we can check those stakeholders are satisfied or not. So there is one terminology called interface management, right? What that interface management is, this interface management involves where and manage all the point of interaction from your project, right? So interface management involves the identifying and managing the points of interaction between your elements of project, right? So with this interface management you can interact with your all stakeholders. So as and when number of people are involved in your project, then that interface is also exponentially increased, right? So to have a good communication and relationship across organization, what is important is interface management, right? So within your project team, or you need to talk with your top management or your project managers, even you can say your opponent, right? So to all, even all stakeholders or customers, you need to have proper communication with all those things, then and then only your project succeed, right? So for that reason you need to have a interface management, right? So interface management is just giving information about all those things related to your project to all stakeholders, right? So what if your project manager is not giving a proper information to all stakeholders, then your project might be have a problem, right? So we project manager should have proper communication with all his stakeholders, right? So this is all about project integration, introduction of project integration management. So project integration management is coordinating the things of project, right? So whatever there in your project need to uh, integrate properly, or we can say complete on right time in your project. There are total six main processes which are there on your screen, and then what all rules are there of uh, project manager we discussed, and then importance of communication with new terminology called interface management, right? So all things are there in introductory part of project integration management. Now, okay, one more thing. Am I audible properly? Anyone? Rutuja Chowdhury, unmute yourself and tell me. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about project integration management. Then there are actually some standard processes for this. What we say integration management, and from that first thing in project integration management is strategic planning and project selection, right? So first thing that we go through some processes related to this integration management is strategic planning and project selection, right? So what is strategic planning is, see, thinking about long term objective for an organization is simply called a strategic planning, right? So we need to determine a long term objective. How we can how we and rather determine those long term objective is, first we need to analyze our organization, and then only we need to have a long term objective. So before starting the strategic planning we need to have a analysis for our company. So analysis is like just checking the strength and weaknesses of organization, then studying opportunities, then threats in business, right? Then predicting future trends, then projecting the needs of new product, or thinking about your new product, then providing information, important information related to your organization, and just identifying and selecting potential project from your organizations. Those all are there as a strategic planning. So what is there in analysis is, we can say, a SWOT analysis that you I think you must have gone through this SWOT analysis. That SWOT analysis is something called strength, weaknesses, opportunity, threat analysis. So many organization uses this thing to analyze their strength, weaknesses, even opportunities and threat for their organization, right? So this is important. So before strategic planning, they need to have a SWOT analysis, right? So they need to check their strengths, right? Even weaknesses. So we go with example which is there in your book called film industry. So four peoples are there. Four people are there. Those who want to start a business in a film industry. So they perform a SWOT analysis of themselves, and they come up with some key points from their SWOT analysis, right? So those SWOT analysis key points, I'm just going to read from your book is, there are so strengths available with them, weaknesses available with them, opportunities are there, threats are there in this industry. So what is our example is, they want to start a new business in film industry. So what all strengths are there is, they all are experienced professionals, and also they have contacts in film industry. Even from those four people, two have strong sales and interpersonal skills, and two have strong technical skills, right? So even they are familiar with several softwares, and they all have impressive sample of completed project, right? So those all are their strengths. What all weaknesses they find themselves in themselves are, they don't have a experience on accounting and financial experience. They do not have a clear idea about marketing strategy, what all products are there, services are there. They only have a little money with them, right? So they are unable to invest in their projects, or we may say a new project. And they have no website with them, and limited technology is there with them, right? uh, to run the business. So what all opportunities are there with them is, their current client want a large project. So that is one opportunity. Then film industry is always a growing thing, so that is also an opportunity. And total two conferences are there in this year, so they want to attend. So those all are opportunity to those four people. And then what all threats are there is, see, other companies also provide the same service that they have. Then their customer might prefer working with well-known companies which are there in that their industry, and there is high risk in this business. So all those are outcomes from their SWOT analysis, right? What all strengths are there, weaknesses are there, opportunities are there, strengths are there. Now, based on those findings, what they come up with is, they outline their chart what they want to have for their project or their company is, they start or they find an external accountant to their firm. So they decided that they have an external accountant for them, and they hire someone to develop a website, right? So they are not going to focus on website, they hire someone and give them all things related to website, and they are going to just focus on their task, right? So they are trying to develop their marketing plan, and giving a strong proposal to their current client, those who want a large project. No, they are going to give a strong proposal to them, and then want to promote their company into those conferences that I said earlier, right? So that is something called a plan they prepare based on their SWOT analysis. So this is something called identifying about your or rather analyzing about your organization, analyzing about your company with this kind of things, right? So this is one of the important thing, that is SWOT analysis. And based on whatever findings they have, they prepare a plan for them, right? So That is an example of SWOT analysis, right? So you can have a you can analyze yourself before strategic plan, right? Then next thing which is aligned with the strategic planning is uh, they use a SWOT analysis. Like SWOT analysis, they use a mind mapping technique also. So what is mind mapping technique is, whatever ideas which are there in your mind, no, you need to just pen down those ideas, right? Why is it so? Mind mapping technique, why they use mind mapping technique? See, human brain never what we say, work on linear fashion, right? So uh, ideas are come randomly in a brain, right? So and even possibly they are related, they are unrelated ideas, right? So they need to check, right? So mind mapping technique is whatever comes in your mind, no? Just pen down those things, right? Now, pen down I mean to say is, you can use rather paper pen, or you can use so many softwares available with mind mapping technique, and you need to create a link in between those ideas that you have in your paper, right? So that is something called a mind mapping technique, and you need to link those ideas, and using that technique also you can have your analysis, right? You can have your organizational analysis, right? So this is about mind mapping technique. Now, so what is their strategic planning and project selection is, we need to create a strategic plan. What is strategic plan? So we need to think about a long term. We need to have a long term objective for organization. But before that, we need to analyze, right? So how we can analyze the things related to company is, we need to analyze using there are two famous techniques, that is SWOT analysis and mind mapping. So using such techniques, we can analyze our organization, right? So this is all about uh, strategic planning. Now next is identifying potential projects. Uh, Identifying potential projects. Okay, meeting is about to end, I think. We have 5 minutes. Let it be. Uh, Identifying potential project means what? From our company, we need to identify a potential project. So we need to decide what is there as a project in first place. We need to using this project management concepts. We need to identify a potential project, right, which are realistic in nature, right? So we need to select something which on which we are going to have a project, right? And then we need to create a initial document, that is project charter, right? So there are four stages to identify what we say, a project, right? So or we can say identifying and selecting a IT projects, and those stages are, uh, first thing is we need to align, see, those all things are related to IT project, right? So we need to align our IT with our strategic planning, right? So we need to align our information strategies, mission vision to rather tie our information strategy to mission vision of our organization, right? What we need to identify is what all key business areas are there from our organization, we need to identify. So after that, we need to analyze our business, right? What all things are there, what documents related to business processes we need to identify, right? That could be beneficial for information technology, right? So related to IT, we need to identify those key areas from our business which is going to help IT, right? So that is something called a business area analysis. Then we need to plan our project. In next stage, we need to plan our project. What is there in? We need to identify a potential project. Then we need to create a scope for that. What all benefits related to that projects are there? What all constraint related to that projects are there? We need to identify those benefits and constraint related to project, right? Also, after finalizing that project, we need to assign resources, right? We need to allocate resources to project, right? Based on information technology, rather we are having information technology, so based on that criteria we need to assign resources to project. So in that case, what is important is we need to have a we need to select a IT project. Then we need to perform a business analysis and we need to check whether that is beneficial or not, and then using some constraint, right? That IT project, rather which is beneficial or not, which is there in scope or not, what all constraints are there, we need to check, and then finally we need to choose a project and assign a resources to that project. That all things are there as identifying potential project, right? So next thing, which is method for selecting project. uh, okay, uh, this point is huge, so we'll start this in next session because only 4 5 minutes are remaining from your session, right? So this is all about uh, unit number 2. So I'll just quickly revise what all things are covered in this session. Is we started with project management process group. There are five process groups are there: initiating processes, planning processes, executing processes, monitoring and controlling processes, and closing processes. So all things are there. Whatever related to project management, all are grouped into those five groups, right? All are segregated into those five groups, right? Then we gone through mapping, right? Knowledge area with